Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm sharing with you my updated designer handbag collection. I did one of these videos last year and I can tell you that my collection has changed quite a bit since then. I did sell quite a few handbags and bought a couple. So my collection definitely has changed. So I thought there would be a point doing an updated handbag collection. And I'm very proud to say that I went from about 28 handbags now down to 19. And out of the 19 bags, I actually probably use consistently the 16 of them. So the 3 of them I don't really use, but I haven't really sold because the resale value is really poor and there's no point trying to sell them. One of them's in a really bad condition. And the other 2, it's better for me to keep them in case I do end up using them again. Now, I thought this was the perfect time to do an updated collection video because I don't see my collection changing a lot in the foreseeable future. So you could say that I am at purse piece, if that's even possible or if that's even a thing. For the time being, especially in light of what is going on at the moment, I just think the responsible thing is to just really enjoy and appreciate everything that you've got already and, you know, not go out and spend lots of money on luxury at the moment. I definitely am not really as interested in just buying new things, but I am falling back in love with some things in my closet and I'm really appreciating everything I've got and I'm very grateful. So yeah, definitely don't think I'll be adding anything new anytime soon. I mean, never say never, you never know. But if there's going to be any change to my handbag collection, it'll be more in the direction of downsizing even further. So I am pretty proud of myself for downsizing my collection by 9 bags, but I don't think I need 16. That is not a bad number in my opinion. But I think I'll be more comfortable to sit between 10 and 15 handbags. I know it's just a number and the number of bags doesn't really matter as long as a collection is well-rounded for your own lifestyle. But for my lifestyle, I think between 10 and 15 would be a really good number. So I do need to ask you guys to help me after seeing my collection. If you think that there are a couple of bags that I could do without within my collection, do let me know what you think. Or do you think that I could do with more bags? Or do you think I am at a good number? Do let me know in the comments below. That will really greatly help me out. If you somehow stumbled across this video for the first time, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Isabel and I do videos on fashion, luxury, and these days anything random to keep us entertained. So I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel to be back for more videos. That would be really, really great. And if you end up liking this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well. So this time around, I think I'm gonna go in categories of brands. So I'm gonna go through all my Louis Vuitton bags first, and then Chanel bags, then Hermes bags, and then all the other handbags. I've only got one of each designer, so I'm gonna go with the etceteras at the end. So yeah, let's get started with the Louis Vuitton bags. So starting with the Louis Vuitton handbags, the very first bag that I ever bought from Louis Vuitton, actually, it is the very first designer bag I ever bought, is this Speedy size 30 in the Damier Ebene print. I used this thing so much when I first bought it because it was my very first luxury bag. Can you believe this is almost 10 years old? It is still in the most amazing condition. I don't use this as much because I've got other designer handbags in my collection now, but for the sentimental reason alone and the fact that I only paid 800 and something Australian dollars at the time, and now it retails for something like 1600 Australian dollars, I just don't think I will part my ways with this anytime soon, if ever. I believe this is the next Louis Vuitton handbag I ever added to my collection because I wanted a pop of color. So this is the Alma BB in the Epi leather in the color Coquelicot, which is this gorgeous vibrant red color. This is still one of my all-time favorite bags because first of all, the color is so beautiful. Second of all, it is just such a classic silhouette. And third of all, it is so understated. And you guys know that I am a little bit over logos at the moment and I just love the subtlety of this bag. You can see that LV emblem right there embossed, but it is very, very subtle. But at a glance, you wouldn't actually necessarily recognize it as a designer bag. And I also had the clochette hot stamped with my Korean name initial, which is the E. And it also comes with a shoulder strap, so very versatile. You can use it as a top handle and you can also use it as a crossbody or shoulder bag, so detachable shoulder strap is always a plus to any bag, and it does actually fit quite a bit considering how small it looks, so it is definitely a nice little bag to have in anyone's collection. The next oldest Louis Vuitton bag in my collection, I believe, is my Neverfull in the size MM in the Damier Ebene print again. For the longest time, I resisted buying a Neverfull because I saw it everywhere, so many people had it, and I just didn't really see the merit of adding something like this, and there are so many fakes of it as well. I mean, there are fakes of everything, but the Neverfull especially, there are so many fakes of. So I resisted for a really long time, and one day something happened to me and I thought, you know what, I want to buy a Neverfull as my work bag. So I ended up going for this, and I believe I bought this back in 2016, so about 4 years ago. And I also purchased a luggage tag while I was in New York back in 2017, because here in Australia you can't buy luggage tags unless you are replacing it for a luggage piece. So you have to own a luggage piece to be able to buy one of these. But in New York, you could just buy luggage tags by themselves, and I believe I paid about $60 at the time. So yeah, that is a really nice little charm to the bag to just personalize it a little bit. This is also my go-to travel carry-on bag whenever I go on the plane. I mean, sadly, I don't think we'll be traveling anytime soon, but even when I went to Europe, this was the carry-on bag that I took with me. Yeah, so this is a very handy bag. The next Louis Vuitton bag is another canvas bag, and it is my beloved, my favorite Neo Noir bag in the monogram canvas with the noir trims, so the black leather trims. I've even got a whole dedicated video on it, reviewing it. That's an old video now actually. It was one of the first videos I made because I realized there's not many reviews of this bag on YouTube. If anyone was considering this bag, I wanted to put out some resources out there. Although I'm not really into logos anymore, this is one exception to that rule. I know it is plastered with Louis Vuitton monogram, but for some reason I still think it's not as loud as, say, the Speedy or the Neverfull. It might be the silhouette that's a little bit more understated. It is a lightweight, functional, everyday bag. This is my favorite everyday bag, so I absolutely love this bag. And then the last Louis Vuitton bag is a new one that I haven't been able to use yet because of the lockdown, but it is none other than my new to me Capucines in the BB size in the color Gallet. I picked this up from the Purser Fair about a month ago. I did an unboxing video of it. I got a really good deal on it because these Capucines bags don't have the best resale value. So if you are considering purchasing a very luxurious bag from Louis Vuitton, but you don't want to pay the retail price, I definitely recommend looking in the secondhand market. I saved over 2,000 Australian dollars on this bag by buying a pre-loved. This one was rated excellent condition. I couldn't find any fault with it. It is brand new still. This also comes with a shoulder strap, so you can use it as a top handle bag if you want to be extra elegant, but if you want the ease of having your hands free, then you can attach the shoulder strap to the inner D-rings and make it a shoulder bag or crossbody bag. And the strap is also adjustable in length, so you can make it shorter or longer depending on your height and depending on how you want to wear it. I am still waiting to take out for the first time. We'll see how that goes, but I've been really enjoying looking at this bag. Now onto my Chanel bags. With Chanel bags, I'm gonna go in size order from the smallest to the largest. I think that will be the easiest way. I'm going to tell you, I sold 4 Chanel bags from my collection in the last few months, but I am very happy with my current Chanel collection. So let's get started with the very first Chanel bag, which is the smallest, which is this square mini flap in the classic style in the quilted black lambskin with light gold hardware. Up until about 2 months ago, I had 3 mini flaps in my collections. I had this one, another black one with silver and caviar leather in the chevron quilting, and I also had a berry color one as well in the rectangular size. But I saw the other 2, and this is the one that survived my culling. My reasoning is, firstly, I am a little bit over downsizing way too much. So I am still into small bags, but I don't necessarily enjoy going really mini anymore. So I still wanted to have a mini flap in my collection, but I didn't necessarily want to keep all 3 of them. And I just thought if I'm gonna keep one of them, this is the most classic looking one. I absolutely love the lambskin and with the hardware as well, because it is is light gold. It does obviously go with gold jewelry, but even if I were to wear silver tone jewelry with it, it doesn't clash too much. So I just thought this will be the smartest thing to keep in my collection if I'm gonna have only one mini flap. Also, I just reach for this a lot. When I want to go for a mini bag, this is always the one that I reach for. It has been to so many places with me. I took it to New York, I took it to Korea, I took it all over Europe last year, and look at how well it's been wearing. I even put it in my check-in luggage and it was all squashed because of the pressure changes or whatever was happening in there. So when I unpacked it after Europe, I was mortified because it was squashed like this and the quilt was sort of all flattened, and I was like, oh my gosh, I ruined my Chanel bag. But then I just let it breathe and I just left it on my wardrobe shelf for a couple of days, and look how puffy it's come back. It is back in shape. So I definitely find the lambskin more durable than what people make it out to be, and it is the most perfect mini bag in my opinion. So the second smallest Chanel bag in my collection at the moment is my reissue in the off-white color in the chevron quilting with the light gold hardware, and the material is calf leather but in the distressed calf leather, or they also call it aged calf leather. So it does have that wrinkly appearance, which a lot of these reissue bags are in the distressed calf leather. I do actually really like that because I think the distressed leather does suit the style of the bag really well, because the reissue bag has that vintage vibe to it. This is in the size small, or what we call a size 2 to 5. This one I picked up at the end of 2018. I just love the color combination as soon as I saw it. So although a white bag of this price isn't probably the most practical, because you do need to be careful of color transfer and you don't want to necessarily wear it with darker colored clothing, I just thought with summer dresses and lighter colored clothing, this will just be absolutely stunning. And truth be told, I haven't used it a whole lot, but it is so pretty that I just like having it in my collection. So haven't used it a lot, but still very pretty bag that I like to look at. The next one is my Chanel classic medium flap in the color beige clair in caviar leather with the gold hardware. Can you get any more classic than this? It is the most classic color in the most classic size, and the gold always looks a lot more classic than silver in my opinion. So this bag was the second ever Chanel bag that I ever bought. So the very first one was my jumbo black caviar with gold hardware, which I've sold about a month ago through the Purse Affair. I am going to do a whole separate video on reasons why I sold some of my Chanel bags, but at the moment this is the most classic bag in my collection, and I actually really love the color of this bag. Some people do say it is too much on a yellow side, it's got too much yellow undertone to it, but I actually like the uniqueness of this color. I mean, I don't know any other brand that does this sort of yellowish beige color. It surprisingly goes with a lot of things, and because Chanel does a lot of their shoe styles in the black cap toe with this exact beige color, I find it quite easy to match, especially since I have a few pairs of shoes from Chanel with this beige color to them as well. So when I want to be extra ladylike and I just want to be so classic, I reach for this bag. So yeah, one of the most classic looking bags in my collection. Next up is my Coco handle bag in the size small, in the black caviar leather with brushed gold hardware this time, which means it is a matte sort of hardware, and with the discontinued exotic lizard handle in the burgundy color. I really love this bag. Again, I did a whole dedicated video on it. One of the reasons why I ended up selling my jumbo is because I do prefer this one in this sort of a size bag from Chanel. It is very functional because it's got the top handle, and it also comes with a detachable shoulder strap as well, which I normally store inside of the bag. There you go. So it's also very comfortable to wear because the shoulder strap does have a little leather tab on the top, and the interior is very functional as well. It's got two main compartments, a zip compartment and another zip compartment at the back and a couple of slip pockets as well. And it also still has the back pocket, which is amazing because I love a back pocket to grab things easily from the bag. So this is not one that I reach for as much because it does look quite classic and a little bit more serious, but I can definitely see myself carrying this in the years to come because I think even when I get much older, this bag will look really nice. And then the last Chanel bag that I have in my collection is one that I don't use that much. And in my previous collection video, I did say this was a regretful purchase. I actually don't think that anymore because I think it is still a beautiful bag and it does have a little bit of a vintage vibe to it now. So I'm thinking I might actually even start using it again, and it is in the most beautiful nude color as well. And it is the perfect nude that goes with the Christian Louboutin nude pumps. So I am thinking maybe I will take this out again once the lockdown is over. So it is a seasonal bag from the year 2012, I believe. I got this from Chanel Bondi here in Sydney, and my parents bought it for me for my birthday that year. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And at the time, Chanel bags were a lot more affordable. I still couldn't afford Chanel bags at that point, and that is why it was a birthday present from my parents. But it is in the Cambon style with the CC stitched over the quilting, and it is pretty much a chain shoulder bag. So I think it is actually really, really cute. Gucci has done a very similar bag design to this recently, I think last year or maybe the year before. And when I saw that new design, I thought, you know what, that's very similar to my old Chanel seasonal bag. And you can also make it a long single strap and wear it as a shoulder bag a lot longer. Not long enough to wear it as a crossbody bag, but it does have the versatility of the 2 chain lengths. And yeah, I'm excited to start using it a lot more frequently. Now onto my Hermes bags. I've only got 2 bags from Hermes at the moment. I've got one Birkin and one Kelly, and I'm going to show you the Birkin bag first because it was the very first Hermes bag I ever bought. So this is the Birkin size 30 in the black Bo Jonathan leather, which is a new leather that Hermes released back in 2018, I believe. Very similar to Swift, so it's a pretty smooth leather, and it is with the palladium hardware. I have amazing memories attached to the purchase of this bag. I bought this bag in Paris last September while I was there with my bestie. She also got a Birkin with me. We were both very lucky to actually score appointments and score Birkin bags. So this bag is my very first Hermes bag, and it will always have that special place in my heart because I just had the best time with my bestie, and we were actually really enjoying the process of trying to get an appointment and all of that, which could be quite stressful for some people, but we were just having a really good time. And because of that amazing memory attached to this bag, it will forever be a sentimental bag for me. And the price was just so much better in Paris in comparison to what we have to pay here in Australia. So it was just all over an amazing experience. It is one of the most special bags in my collection. Next up is my Kelly bag in the size 25 in the retourné style, which means the edges are stitched on the inside. And this one is in the Togo leather in the color Magnolia with the palladium hardware. I do love the color of this bag. I always thought that if I added a Kelly bag, I'll go for a neutral, but as soon as I saw this color, I kind of fell in love with it. Hermes is known to do their colors really well. Their colors are so vibrant and beautiful. And as soon as I saw this color in person, I just thought, do you know what? I do have a black Birkin, which is a more or less neutral color. So you know what? This time, especially being in a small size, I am gonna go for a pop of color. Anyway, I absolutely love this size. It is on the small side, but it does fit everything that I need on a daily basis without me having to downsize too much, as in when I have to use my Chanel mini bag. So at the moment, this is probably my favorite sized handbag, and surprisingly, it goes with a lot of outfits. So it goes amazing with the denim because of the blue undertones to this pink, and especially when I have a blue toned twilly around it. And it goes amazing with a few of my floral dresses from Zimmermann and any sort of neutral outfit. So I definitely haven't had trouble trying to tie this into a lot of my outfits. So I am definitely looking forward to using this a lot more. And again, a very sentimental bag because it is the very first Hermes bag that I bought from my local Hermes store. Now I'm gonna go through my other designer bags that I only own one of each brand. And I'm gonna start it off with my Saint Laurent Mini Lou camera bag. This one is in the grain black leather with the silver hardware. And I bought this back in March, and pretty much straight after I bought this bag from Farfetch, we went into a lockdown. So that is why you still see the tag attached there. I haven't bothered to take it off because I haven't taken it anywhere yet. But you guys know that I used to own the exact same bag with the gold hardware, which I sold to replace it with this one. If you haven't watched that video, the reasons why, I'll leave a link to that video down below. So pretty much replace the gold hardware bag exactly like this with this one because I just thought it had a more casual vibe to it for a camera bag. I already know that I am gonna really love this bag because I've used my previous one with the gold hardware quite a bit. I had it for about 6 months. It is the most amazing value for money designer bag in my opinion because it retails for around $1,000 US at the moment, and it is fully leather on the outside and fully leather lined on the inside. It's got credit card slots. It's even got a back pocket. For a designer bag with this many features that is completely leather, I just think that is an amazing price point, and I did a whole video about that previously when I first bought my gold one. So really looking forward to use this one once we can go out again. Another casual bag that I absolutely love that I've had in my collection for quite a while is this Miu Miu bag. I don't even know the name of the style, but I bought this back in 2013 when I was quite new to the designer handbag world, and I just absolutely loved the color and the design of it. It also comes with a shoulder strap. I say this is a very similar aesthetic to like the Pochette Métis from Louis Vuitton, which I had and sold. And it's even got a back pocket. I just think that this bag is just such a cute bag. I still use it, not as much as some of the other bags now, but because I love denim so much, I just love pairing this with a pair of jeans and a really casual outfit. And surprisingly, blue bags are really easy to tie into your outfits. So yeah, not one that I reach for all the time, but it is just one of those old handbags in my collection that I'll never get rid of because I just love the color, the functionality, and everything about it. Next up is my Loewe puzzle bag in this beautiful brown color. This is in the size small and in the smooth leather with the silver hardware. I don't think they make this with gold hardware. Someone actually asked me on Instagram, I think, or YouTube comments. Anyway, so I've only seen ones with silver hardware. So if you guys know whether Loewe does these puzzle bags in this color with gold hardware, let us know in the comments below. I bought this last year from the Sydney Westfield boutique. I was always interested in this puzzle bag in this exact specification, in the size and the leather and the color and everything, but for the longest time they were always sold out and out of stock everywhere. So last year when I went into the store and they had it in stock and I tried it on, I absolutely loved it. I just purchased it. I took it away with me to Korea. It is a really nice travel bag as well because again it is quite subtle. You can see that Loewe logo there, but other than that it's not plastered with monogram or anything like that. I also love the uniqueness of its design, and you'd be surprised how much you can actually fit in it. It does look like a small bag when you wear it, but the inside is quite generous, so you can even fit a 600ml water bottle in there, obviously not standing. Pretty impressive the amount of things that you can fit in this small bag, so this is one of my favorite casual bags. Next up is the only Gucci bag that I have left in my collection, and it is an older bag. It is called the New Jackie from 2012. I don't think they make this specific bag anymore, but they do have similar styles to this. It is a Herbo style, and back in 2012, the Herbo style was quite in. I used to use this a lot when I first purchased it, but I haven't really been using it since because Herbo bags are kind of out of style, but I think that they are coming back in fashion. And if I saw this now because I'm not actually using it, I think I'll pretty much get pennies for it. So I'm gonna keep it in my collection, and whenever I feel like using a Herbo bag again, I think I'm gonna whip this out. And I do actually love the details. I mean, look how beautiful the handle is with the little details on the edges edges there. And I love the fact that I went for not the Gigi logo, but that heritage sort of vintage pattern. Apparently that was the original Gucci canvas pattern. So I am not going to get rid of it because I think one day I might whip this out and enjoy it again. The next one is a bag that I have in my collection, but I don't use it at all. This is the Mulberry Bayswater in the tan color. And guys, this is actually still a regretful purchase. I purchased this back in 2014, used it for about 3 months. It has worn so badly. Look how much it's lost its structure. And even the leather hasn't worn well at all. The corners are all scuffed. I feel like the leather is thin or something. It's just a bag that is really heavy as well, so not really user friendly, and I just wasn't impressed with how it's worn. So I still have it in my collection because again, it just won't be worth reselling it. But unlike the other bags that I'm not using at the moment, like the Gucci New Jackie bag and the Chanel seasonal one, I actually don't think I'll ever reach for this again, but I'm just keeping it because it's just not worth selling it. Next up is my beloved Givenchy Antigona bag in the size small in the smooth calf leather with the light gold hardware. You guys know my love for this bag. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I style a lot of my outfits with this Givenchy handbag. I bought this back in 2014 in Hong Kong, and that is why this is an older version. Now Givenchy is doing exactly this bag in a new version. They modified a couple of things. Pretty much they've modified the strap, so now the shoulder strap a little bit longer and it is actually detachable. But for this model, which is a previous model that I bought, the shoulder strap's shorter and it's actually permanently attached. You can't detach it. And also what I found is that they don't produce this exact bag in this shiny leather with like gold hardware anymore. You can only purchase it in the silver hardware. I don't know why they did that because I absolutely love this light gold hardware. This is my go-to bag when I want to carry a lot with me but still want to look really polished and put together, but I don't want to have a very obviously designer handbag with me. So this is a more understated bag. It is so clean and chic, but it's only got that small Givenchy logo there. And if you don't want to, you know, show that as well, you can just carry it this way. I think it has beautiful, simple lines. I absolutely love the shiny leather. I can't see any wear and tear at all. A lot of people are always worried about smooth leathers, but you can see that I do actually love smooth leathers because I have lambskin Chanel bag. I've got a smooth leather Birkin. I actually do love smooth leathers, and you know what? I don't mind if I end up getting a couple of scratches because I think having a couple of scratches is worth it when the leather texture is this beautiful. And we finally made it to my very last bag in my collection currently, and it is my favorite tote bag at the moment. It is the Forêt Lepage Daily Battle Tote in the size 37 in the color Paris Blue. I did a comparison video between this one and the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and you guys know how much I absolutely love this bag. I am in love with the canvas pattern. I love all the details about it. It is slightly larger than the Neverfull in the MM size, so I can fit a few more things in there, and I just love how unique this one is. A lot of people have the Louis Vuitton Neverfull as their designer tote, but the Forêt Lepage Daily Battle Tote is still not as commonly seen on the streets, so I just love that it is a little bit different, but the quality is still there. It does have that sort of Goyard vibe in my eyes, but even Goyard is becoming quite common, so I just love the fact that this is a little bit still uncommon. And I picked my initial E again for the letter charm. You have to pay extra for it, but I just thought it was worth it. I just absolutely been loving this, and it is very comfortable to wear, so my absolute favorite tote bag in my collection at the moment. So that is my updated current handbag collection. If you do want to compare it to what I had last year, I'll leave that video on screen, so do check it out. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching this video and spending some of your precious time with me today, and I can't wait to see you again soon in my next video. Bye guys!